Hey, Dustin Tibbetts here, financial advisor with Jazz Wealth Managers, yada, yada, yada. How you doing today? I got a quick one here for you today. I'm obsessed with every single dollar going exactly where it should go, both now and in the future. I love doing all the planning, all the geeky stuff, and there's really nothing else I'd rather do. And so every time I learn something, I love to share them with clients. And one thing that you may be noticing out there is just a little bit of inflation. Is it a little bit? Well, let's take a look here, actually. So here's the U.S. inflation rate, currently sitting at, we'll call it 4.2%. Remember, the Fed was looking for 2%. Well, we're well beyond that now. That'd be over 100% higher. And if we start zooming out, you can see, well, that's quick. We've got an awfully rapid rise in inflation. Actually, if we zoom out as far back as I could possibly go, which would be 1900, you can, well, let's not go that far. Come on, people. Let's go somewhere around 2000, right? 4.16%. We are very close to breaking the highs of 5.6, and at this pace, the next number which comes out this month, at this pace would actually exceed that. So we're looking at a 5% inflation rate. That would make it a 20-year high as far as inflation goes. Now, the Fed says this is just sort of temporary. Don't worry about it. Everybody's getting back to work and they want to buy stuff because we're letting them go outside of their house. Well, maybe. That may be true. But if that's true, then what can you do? Quit spending money, right? No, don't leave. Hold on. Let me explain this. So I like to play the economy and buying products and things like that backwards. When everybody else wants to buy, it's just in my mindset where I'm like, no, I won't pay it, right? I'm just like that sort of grumpy guy that does that. So right now we're remodeling a house we bought. It was a foreclosure and all this great stuff. It was a dump, right? So we're remodeling it and hiring contractors, hiring people that want to do work. They want to do the work, but they're so behind that they're charging more. They're saying, I can maybe get you in, man, but it's going to be this price. And I'm like, that is not accurate at all. It should not be that price. So I'm just saying, no, I'll start doing it myself. Because if it takes me that long to get you to come do the work, I'll just do the work myself. But anyways, when you hire people these days for different jobs, they're charging more. They don't have to be competitive. You may notice this in your own business. You don't have to be as competitive because people are out there spending money, and there's a ton of them doing that. So as a consumer, don't pay it. Stop, slow down, save your money. Because if inflation, which is the higher prices that you're paying right now, is only temporary, then that means you're paying up for something that's about to go back down. Now, if inflation is not temporary, okay, then maybe this would have been a cheaper price. But the Fed and every single person on Wall Street saying this little spike here that's getting out of control, that everybody's flashing the warning signals about, it's temporary and it's going to go down. Meaning prices that are currently high are getting ready to go down. So why would you just volunteer and say, I'll pay this much for a new pool? Why not? I'll pay this much for a vacation. I'll go on an airline that's offering me no incentive to go on this airline and pay top dollar for it. Sure, why not? I'll do that. I'll go to Disney World, which is packed. Who in the world wants to go there right now when it is packed at the capacity that they can have? No, you're not getting any incentive to do that. So why spend the money now if you know those high prices are temporary according to the Fed? One last thing I'll share with you. It was about 6 years ago. I went to Universal Studios here in Orlando with my daughter. And we went because she said, I'd like to go. I want to ride this new ride that they had. There was a Harry Potter thing. And I said, okay, well, we'll go there. I looked it up and was so excited because nobody was going at the time, right? We were working our way out of the mess, from 6 or 7 years ago. And so it was $99 to stay the night at the Hard Rock Hotel Orlando, which is right there in Universal. And that included us going into the park early, getting fast passes, meaning you just go to the front of the line. And so I'm like, yeah, of course, I'll do that. Try to go there for $99 right now because everybody wants to go there. You can't even get a room, to be honest. We wouldn't be able to book it. You'd have to book so far out in advance. Now, I learned two things there, and my daughter learned this as well. Number one, the first thing that she learned was that when something's at a discount, you strike. Because she remembers to this day, she's almost 21 years old, and she remembers we went for $99 the day before Valentine's Day. She remembers that. She remembers everything that we got for that trip, and that's a memory. So to me, that was awesome. I got a memory with my daughter that she learned a financial lesson, and I didn't have to sit her down and go, well, look, this is how money works, and this is what I want you to do. No, we had a blast. We basically had the place to ourselves. We had ice cream and all that good stuff. She remembers every moment of that, right? That's for me was a good time. So to me, that's huge that you take advantage of that. Number two, what she learned from that trip was that you strike while the iron's hot, right? And I know I kind of just said that a second ago, but the memories for me were the cool thing. I got to have that memory with her, but she got to learn to strike while the iron's hot. The iron is not hot right now. To be honest, she works, right now she's a waitress at like a sort of Hawaiian-themed fun kind of restaurant. She's getting started there. And while she's going to college, and she's making more money than I could ever have dreamed of making at her age. People are just handing her money. And so now she's replaying that in her head. We went to Universal because nobody wanted to spend money and we got a great deal. We were just talking about this the other day. She goes to work and people are handing her $100 bills and she keeps her clothes on. She's giving them food and drinks and she gets money back because people have cash. So in her mind, she's like, I'm saving. She wants to buy a tiny house and rent it out and all that stuff. And so she's like, I'm not paying that now. I'm going to save a bunch of money while everybody's just giving me money. And then I'll go buy it when timing is cheap. Probably the coolest thing she ever learned there. So stop it. Just stop. Sit at home. You already know how to do that anyways. We just spent a year and a half doing it. Sit at home, buy a board game, do something else. Because if the prices come down, everyone will have already spent money on their new pool and getting their new car. Some of the craziest cars. There's a new Corvette. I didn't even know they made a new Corvette. There's a Corvette that looks like a Lamborghini or something. There's like 5 of them in my neighborhood. They can't afford those. And so let the prices come back down. You'll have cash left over, and now contractors will be looking for work, and now car dealers will be looking to sell, and now people that have bought those cars that they shouldn't have bought will be looking to sell. Play it that way. It is tough. I'm going to tell you, it's not easy to do. Right? When we went to Blue Ridge, Georgia. Stay with me for 1 second. I'm rambling a little bit. We took the company to Blue Ridge, Georgia. We had a mountain retreat. We went over everything we wanted to accomplish. You know what I did? I told every one of them here, we're going, got the plane tickets. You can't get a deal on plane tickets, and got the rental car. I didn't even book a place to stay. I just told them, we're going. Pack your bags. Get ready to go. The flight leaves in a couple days. I waited until 2 days before to book the place that we were going to stay. It was a cabin in the mountains because there were plenty to choose from. It was enough to choose from. And I said, well, I'm going to wait, and then I'm just going to get with one of them and make them an offer, right? Because what are they going to do? It's not rent it out. Are they going to rent it out in one day? So that's what I did. Now, that was a decent savings. I didn't really save a whole lot there, but it was the ability to go back and forth with an owner and say, I'm coming, like it or not, I'm going to be there. I'm either going to pick this one or we can work together. So there's not a lot of room to do that, but you can still do things like that right now. Don't pay full price for garbage because full price is, remember, temporarily the full price. It is going to go back down according to the Fed. So let's see what happens. Maybe we'll have to follow up on this and see what's going on. Hey, anyways, thank you for watching my rant here today. If you agree, thumbs up, subscribe button, leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on. If you disagree and you say just spend it like you're sneezing and you've got allergies, let me know. Let's see what happens. Enjoy.